The first fight, like I said, figures to be bombs away. And it's no accident that the word bombs and the nickname of both fighters. Edwin La Bamba Rodriguez, Donovan the Bomb George. Both of these guys can knock you out with one punch. And that makes for excitement. And I'm expecting that fight to be World War III. And I'd be very, very, very surprised if that fight goes the distance. Don George is a Greek Cypriot American, has Irish blood in him also. But he's the only Greek Cypriot fighter, I think, fighting anywhere right now. And we'll have a turnout from Astoria and from the Greek community supporting him. An exciting fighter. I got to see him a couple of times, live in person. I was at one of his fights against a guy named Adama in Chicago that was just World War III. It was an unbelievable fight. He pulled it out in a fight that was like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Don George is an exciting fighter. I do co-promote him now with Leon Margulis of Warriors Boxing. I want to bring up his dad, Pete George, to say a couple of words first. Pete?
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not going to make this long. I just want to say we brought Don the Bomb ready to explode at the Garden. We've worked hard. Our team prepared him right. And we're going to reap what we sowed. Hopefully, that will be a victory for us. Thank you very much.
From Cestus Boxing, a man that's been involved with Don basically almost from the beginning, Mike Michaels.
Hi everybody. I know quite a few people in this room, so it's good to see that everybody has come here to support Lou and the rest of the promoters on the event. It's a great honour for us to be able to have the opportunity to fight at Madison Square Garden. When Lou and Leon offered us this fight, I immediately accepted because I knew that Donovan has the capability to win the fight and then move on to bigger and better and greater things. I'm expecting Don to do us all proud for an exciting, sizzling fight, which will end up in a culmination of probably, as Lou said, Third World War. And I'm just expecting him to pull out a tremendous victory after 7 years of being his manager. I think we've expecting him to fulfill his promise. The fight is also going to be watched in Cyprus and Greece, and we've had a tremendous response from over there, which I was not anticipating, because boxing is not a big sport in comparison to soccer and basketball, and it's just been a non-stop stream of I just can't put it into words. It's just been a tremendous situation of our own people from Greece and Cyprus supporting us. So, I'm very happy that Lou has allowed this transmission to go back to these countries, and I think that Donovan's going to be a force that's going to help establish us, maybe at some stage even thinking about going back there with our promoters to promote him. So I thank you very much, and expect a great victory from Donovan George, and I'm also very proud to be a Greek Cypriot. Thank you very much.
I've been privileged to work with Edwin Rodriguez for a number of years now. I consider him to be one of the best prospects in the entire sport of boxing. I also think he has one of the most fascinating backstories in boxing. And there's a guy running around the room who I actually have a lot of respect for, though he annoys the hell out of me, named Steve Foreman, who's been following Edwin around for about 5 years. And Edwin, if people don't know his story, Edwin's girlfriend was a student, an honor student in college in the Boston area, got pregnant, gave birth to 2 babies that were born under a pound. And the doctors wanted to remove them from life support, and Edwin and his wife said no, and the babies survived and walked them down the aisle at their wedding, which I was thrilled to attend summer before last. he's had to basically, join his wife in the care of 2 children that have special needs and require care constantly almost since he's turned pro. And again, another fighter that you could look at and say, here's a guy that's overcome the odds. Here's a guy that understands adversity. Here's a guy that's not afraid of anything. And I'm proud, Edwin, to promote you, and I've been proud to promote you from the beginning. I want to bring up first the guy that's been with him from the beginning and actually did a tremendous job. I mean, by the time I began promoting Edwin, he was 9-0, and at the time I signed him, there was a lot of interest from a lot of promoters because of the superb managerial job his manager and close friend Larry Army did. And Larry's one of those guys who, there are managers out there who don't do anything but take money from their fighters, and there are managers who are out there that change the lives of their fighters, and Larry Army is the guy that changes the life of his fighter. So I want to bring up Larry Army.
I'd like to thank Lou DiBella for the opportunity that he's given Edwin and the rest of us at Team Rodriguez. I'd also like to thank Mr. Hirschman and the staff at HBO for believing in this fight and giving Edwin the chance to showcase his skills on the world's premier network. I'd also like to thank the people at Madison Square Garden for allowing us to host this event here. And again, fight on the biggest and the most grand stage in boxing. This has been a long road for us. It's one that we've prepared for the last 4.5, 5 years as we've been together as a team. We've made a lot of changes through the last 4 or 5 years, and we believe that we've assembled one of the best, if not the best team in boxing, with Lou DiBella as our promoter, future Hall of Fame trainer Ronnie Shields as our trainer. We recently added one of the greatest nutritionists in the world, Victor Conti, as our nutritionist to help with this camp as well. And I think that it's all culminated with one of the best athletes in the world, Edwin Rodriguez. We're very confident in this fight, but we're not overly confident. Edwin has done everything he's needed to do to prepare for this fight. And at the end of the day, we believe that we're going to walk away 21-0. Thank you.
I hate to admit it, but I've been in the sport about 23 years now, and I've known this guy from like the first week I was in the sport. We go back to the days of Pernell Whitaker, Vander Holyfield, and the whole crew. A great human being, even better trainer, Ronnie Shields.
Thanks, Lou. It was a pleasure to be here in New York again, especially here at Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden will always be the middle of boxing. I want to thank Lou DiBella, Leon Margulies, and Warriors Boxing, because this fight wouldn't happen without these 2 guys putting it together. And what a great main event is going to be between Macklin and Sergio Martinez. We're looking forward to this fight. Edwin is a great guy, and he's also one of the top guys in the super middleweight division, and we're looking forward to this fight on Saturday night. He's trained very hard for this fight, so it's going to be fireworks, and we're expecting him to come out on top. Thank you very much.
Like I said, the young man to my left who's fighting in the opening TV fight is explosive, he's exciting. He's got dynamite in his gloves. He's coming to win. I'd like to bring up Donovan the Bomb George.
Hello everybody, good afternoon. I'm very pleased to be here. I can't tell you how excited I am to be fighting on HBO at Madison Square Garden. The Mecca of boxing, and to be fighting on HBO is just a dream come true for me. I have a lot of respect for Rodriguez. He's, as everybody said earlier, a great man and a great fighter. I prepared very well for this fight. I did everything I can. I made a million sacrifices, and I know I'm going to put on a great show and win. And I would like to thank my managers, my promoters, my mother, my beautiful fiance, my uncle, everybody out here came to support me. Thank you so much, everybody, for all their help, and I look forward to put on a great show. Thank you very much.
Pride of Worcester, Massachusetts, Edwin La Bamba Rodriguez.
How are you doing today?
First of all, I want to thank my promoter, Lou DeBella, for making this dream come true, fighting in HBO Madison Square Garden. Also, I'd like to thank Ken Hirschman for the opportunity of having me fight on HBO, and all the staff at Madison Square Garden, my manager and my trainer, Larry, for helping me get this fight, and my trainer for helping me prepare for this fight. Donovan George is a very good fighter. Actually, I like watching his fights because he's a very entertaining fighter. And I know that March 17th is going to be a great fight because he comes to fight, and so do I. It's going to be a war. The fans are going to enjoy it. I had a great camp, and I'm ready to send a message to all the top super middleweight in the world. I have arrived, and I have a tough test in front of me from Donovan George. I'm fully prepared mentally and physically. I'm ready to go to war. Thank you.
Again, there are tickets at Ticketmaster, Madison Square Garden box office. I want to sell this thing out. I want to see that room like completely clean. I want to see something go off that says sold out. So please get your tickets. But I think the HBO telecast, the first fight's 10:15. Is that right, Karen? 10 o'clock? Okay, 10 o'clock, HBO goes on the air. And then the first bell will be shortly thereafter. This is one of those like weird main events if you're a promoter. Sergio Martinez has been the best fighter I promote and the centerpiece of my company for 4 years. There's also no man in the sport of boxing, in the entire sport of boxing, that I have more respect for than Sergio Martinez. The work that he's done with not only Monique, but bullying in general. And particularly the work he's done that most people are not aware of. I guess if you read USA Today, you may be aware of it, but he's taken a very, very strong lead in fighting domestic violence against women. And it stems for his complete dislike of any form of bullying, and frankly, a man beating a woman up is bullying. A child being attacked by a group of children is unacceptable. A woman being hit by a man is unacceptable. Sergio's work in that regard is a lot different than a fighter or an athlete giving out turkeys at Thanksgiving. Because when he goes to a safe house or he goes to a shelter, he has to go alone. He can't bring press with him. There are no cameras accompanying him. And most of the time there's nobody writing about it. And he's doing this out of a sense of conviction. And his sense of philanthropy and his sense of community is unusual for any athlete, but it's unusual for any human being. And I'm very proud to be his opponent. He's the best. And as my girlfriend said to me, what are you going to do? You're friends with both these guys. And I've known Macklin for years. I mean, many years. Long before he signed a promotional contract with me. And he's as good a guy as you're going to find in the sport. Comes from a great family, close family, has a tremendous dedication for the sport, fights 3 minutes of every round. There's no quit in this guy whatsoever. He went to Germany and he just got robbed. He beat the hell out of Felix Sturm, should have left with a world title, and instead left disappointed. But what I was impressed by was he left with his head really high. And he was partying the night after that fight. He was partying because he knew he won. And he's getting this opportunity because he did win. And I thank Ken Hirschman and Kerry Davis for understanding that he did win and that he earned the chance to fight the best middleweight in the world. And that's why this fight's happening. So on Saturday night, I'm going to be rooting for a great, great fight between two great gentlemen. I think it's going to be great for boxing. I think it's going to be explosive. Like the first fight, I think Matt's going to throw down and be in Sergio's face from the beginning. He's going to have to contend with maybe the best athlete fighting today. But I know that we're going to have a tremendous, tremendous fight. I'd like to bring up first from Team Macklin, my co-promoter, a guy that's the promoter in Ireland, Ryan Peters.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you all for coming here today. I'm working with Matthew since 2006, and I'd call him kind of an old-fashioned type of guy. Old-fashioned now, certainly not in dress sense like myself, but more old-fashioned in virtues, values. We don't even have a contract. And he's also like an old-fashioned, old-school kind of fighter. He comes, he gives it his all, and you get exactly what it says on the tin. We'd like to thank HBO for giving us this opportunity. It's great to be working with Lou and all at DeBell Entertainment. You know, to be fighting in the Garden, walking in the footsteps of some of the great champions that's been here. This is where Matthew is going to prove where he belongs. And to be fighting a champion of such high esteem and such a fine gentleman, might I also add, as Sergio Martinez, is also a great honour. And to be topping that off, fighting Paddy's Day in the Garden, well, that's about as good as it gets. You know, I think Sergio, there's no doubt he's a great fighter, and I know what comes into the ring really, but they say it doesn't affect it. But outside of the 5,000 plus, I don't see maybe 20 or 30 shouting for Sergio. I think the rest is going to be shouting for Mr. Macklin. But you know, I'd like to thank the support we've got from Ireland, all the people that are over. We've handled, between myself and Matthew, we've handled an awful lot of tickets, the Irish press and all the Irish in America, and that has been fantastic. But I think you're going to see a hell of a fight, as always with Matthew. He just comes, he only knows one way how to fight, and he certainly be able to look at himself after in the mirror and say he gave it his best. Thank you very much.
And I've said recently that one of the things that we have to try to fix in boxing is we have to eliminate the stinkability factor. And what I mean by that is, you know, fights where one guy's likely to run backwards, the other guy's chasing him around the ring, and people are watching going, what is this? It doesn't look like a fight, it looks like a track meet. And the one thing about both these fights on Saturday night is there is no stinkability factor. These men are going to come in there and they're going to fight. And they're going to entertain the nearly 5,000 people that are in the room. And the guy that's gotten Matthew ready to entertain those 5,000 people is one of the great trainers in boxing, but one of the greatest fighters to ever come out of the New York City area, James Buddy McGurk. He doesn't want to speak, but he's going to.
Thank you, Lou, for putting me on the spot. I'm gonna keep it short. I just want to say I'm excited about Saturday, because it's a pleasure working with Matthew, fighting a great champion in Sergio Martinez. And but this is a fight where I would like to be in the audience watching it, but I'm going to be in the corner. But it's good to be home. I mean, Madison Square Garden is my home. I've fought in this building almost 25 times. And there's no fighter alive that can say that. Dead or alive that can say that. You know what I mean? So it's great. It's great to be home. Great to see old friends, especially my man Ronnie over there. You know what I mean? Kerry Davis and just everybody, man. Just thank you all. God bless. And look, we're going to have a great fight Saturday night. And Matthew-Macklin will leave that building middleweight champion of the world. Thank you, guys.
The Sarmiento brothers have been in Sergio Martinez's corner for years and years. Pablo Sarmiento is really one of the better trainers in boxing, one of the more unheralded guys, but you know, you'll see him in more corners as time progresses. And if you watch Sergio Martinez fight, there's not a better prepared fighter in the game than Sergio Martinez, and that's a tribute to the work of Pablo Sarmiento. So, Pablo.
Muchas gracias, Lou. Thank you, Lou. Bueno, muchas gracias a todos por acercarse hasta aquí.
Thank you very much to everyone to come over.
Hemos trabajado con Sergio para esta pelea muy fuerte.
We worked with Sergio very hard for this fight.
Cada vez he admirado más de lo lejos que puede llegar Sergio para cada pelea.
Every time improve every fight that is one.
Como para todas las peleas, Sergio está cada vez mejor.
For every fight he improve everything, every time even more.
Y no vamos en dudar en ganar esta pelea antes del límite.
And have no doubt that he will finish this fight before the limit.
Espero que todos se acerquen a ver el gran espectáculo que va a dar Martínez para demostrarle a todos que es el verdadero número uno. Gracias.
we want to be sure that everybody come to see the real #1 middleweight champion. Thank you.
He doesn't have to move far. This guy over here, like, you'll see him if you watch fights. He's in the ring like more often than almost anybody. He's sort of like, I don't know what the movie was that Woody Allen did. It was like Selig, with the guys everywhere. He has probably the best eye for talent I've ever seen in the game. And now he's not only my friend and partner, but he's now a competitor because he's got his own promotional company. But one of the great minds in boxing, Samson Lukovic.
Thank you, Luke. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to HBO for this great opportunity, and we're very happy, Team Martinez, to be home again. If anybody want to make money, let's go, and don't bet in the fight. Bet, go to the stock market and buy Corona, because this weekend the stock market is going up. La cerveza más fina, and it's the friends of boxing, and that is, I want to say thank you and salute Corona for that. Yes, tomorrow it be a weigh-in, and after that it's all history. And I'm very, very happy to be part of that. But tomorrow we have another press conference in a wonderful Russian restaurant, Monaco in Brooklyn, and I wish to invite everybody for a nice dinner. Lunch, I'm sorry. It started at 11 o'clock, and this is Monaco in Brooklyn. Over there you will see the new star too in this boxing world of heavyweight, which is Magomed Abdul Salamov.
You can see he's now a promoter.
I'm a promoter now. I'm the exclusive promoter of Magomed, and I want to say thank you for the trust. He's 13-0 with 13 KO, and thank you to his challenger, James Pitway, 11-0. So somebody, he lose the O. Well, now back to Sergio. Sergio is the sexy Sergio. Sergio!
Yes, Sergio!
On 19th of February 2000, he walked away from Las Vegas with a loss, to me the only loss he ever had, and $900 in his pocket. That is what he make fighting Antonio Margarito and lose his own. And that is what's horrible in our boxing industry. And I congratulate all the managers that today is here that open books to his fighters. And I believe that this cannot happen in our industry. However, he came a long way. He left Argentina, he went to Spain, he worked very hard for 8 years till he became his manager. At that time, he offered me to work with Sergio Martinez. I watched tapes, I went to several promoters. I have no problem to mention. The first one, he was Golden Boy, Top Rank, to give him the opportunity to fight the elimination bout against Saul Roman. And it was another history like Manny Pacquiao. Nobody wanted. After I bring Manny Pacquiao, so now you know where he is. I bring Sergio Martinez, which is the second Manny Pacquiao. But the only one that was smart enough to take it, it was Lou DiBella, and today I say thank you to you. You trust me that I will bring another Manny Pacquiao, and trust me, this one is better than Manny Pacquiao, because you have no problems outside the ring. And regardless what Manny do outside the ring, he do wrong things too. And nobody can point Sergio Martinez of nothing wrong doing. Now we go to the fight that it will take place on Saturday, 17th of March. I say all the time, and I say in the press conference before, the Irish and the English people is the Mexican of Europe. He's coming to fight, and he say, in Spanish we say, voy a morir en la raya. that he doesn't care to die in the ring and die what he do best, is boxing. And I want to say thank you to Matthews, because he's really a warrior, and I'm very honored to be part of the show. However, all the Irish, he cannot help you that day. Sorry. You be a very lonely man in the ring. But I know that you will try your best, and I know for a fact that everyone, winner or loser, will be very happy, and it'll be a great show. With that in mind, I want to say to everyone, thank you, God bless you, all of you, and God bless America.
I know that there's going to be fireworks in the ring, and I know for however long this fight lasts, and I got to be honest, my gut instinct, similar to the opening TV fight, is that it doesn't go 12 rounds. I think someone's going to get knocked out in both these fights. It's just as someone who's been in the sport a while, just my gut instinct. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fireworks. It's going to be explosive, and the real big winners are going to be the people in Madison Square Garden in the theater that night, and the people watching on HBO. The fight fans are going to win on Saturday night the way they're supposed to win every time we put together a big show. I have tremendous respect for this young man. I consider him a personal friend. He's a good guy. He's confident as I've ever seen. He doesn't have a doubt in his head that he's going to be the new middleweight champion. He's got a big mountain to climb because he's facing the best. But I think he knows he's facing the best, and he's ready for it. It's my pleasure to bring up one of the real good guys in boxing, Mac the Knife, Macklin.
Hello everybody. Well, just to answer Samson, I'd just like to say the only two Irishmen I'll need on Saturday night, and that's right here, Seamus and Paddy. So, you know, I'm looking forward to the fight Saturday. It's been a long road to get here, but I'm ready and prepared. I've won everything along the way, the Irish middleweight title, the British middleweight title, won the European Championship twice. Should have added the WBA middleweight championship to that, only to get stiffed out in Germany to Felix Sturm by a horrible decision. But, you know, I'm here now, and, you know, sometimes things happen for a reason. There's a silver lining, and Sergio's the real middleweight champion anyway. He's the lineal champion. He's the #1 in the division, universally regarded as the best at 160 pounds. And if you want to be the best, then you have to beat the best. So I'm glad that this opportunity has come about. I want to thank Lou DiBella for making the fight, everyone at DiBella Entertainment, HBO Sports for showing the fight, Sky Sports, everyone on the Sky Sports boxing team for televising the fight and showing it in the UK and Ireland to all the boxing fans there. I want to thank Corona, the sponsors, Madison Square Garden for staging the fight, such an iconic venue when you think of boxing, and very proud and honoured to be fighting here, and I'll be really proud when I win my first middleweight championship here. I also want to thank my own team, my own management team, Brian Peters, my manager, Tomas Rohan, my lawyer David Becker for helping to put the fight together, and for all their help and support over the years and along my career, and to get me here today. I want to thank Buddy McGirt, James Buddy McGirt, the great two-weight champion of the world. We had a good camp together. Happy to be back working with him. He trained me when I beat Uruguay campus back in 2008. It's good to be reunited again. Looking forward to we've had a great camp together. My own brother Seamus has been out here for 10 weeks with me. We're getting on each other's nerves at times, but it's good to have the company, and he knows his boxing, and he's Buddy's new assistant. So yeah, you know, thanks to him too. To have such a good training camp, we've brought in the very best of sparring, world-class sparring, you know, and to be down in downtown Manhattan for 10 weeks doesn't come cheap, and I'm very appreciative and grateful to a few sponsors who have really helped me out, and that's Goodfellas Pizza, Green Oil, Martin Donnelly, and Sierra Communications for their kind and generous support. I suppose onto the fight, you know, this is it. This is for the #1 spot in world middleweight boxing since I started boxing, which was actually in 1994 on St. Patrick's Day night at the Grand Hotel in Birmingham. I always believed that I could go all the way in this sport. It'll be 18 years to the day that I step in the ring to fight Sergio Martinez, who is not only the best middleweight in the world, but one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. You know, and with regard to Sergio, you know, there really is nothing bad to say, and it isn't my style to stand up here and trash talk anyway. But every dog has his day, you know, and he's 37 years old now, and on Saturday night he's going to feel every single day of those 37 years, and he'll be a new middleweight champion.
I didn't detect any nervousness, did you? But the man I'm about to introduce, I think there's only one fighter in the world that can lay claim to being the best other than Sergio, and that's Floyd Mayweather. And the two best fighters in the world, whatever order you want to put them in, are Floyd Mayweather and Sergio Martinez. He is the lineal champion, he is the real champion, he's the only middleweight champion. I saw a poll just came out this week, I know Tom Hauser was involved in it, and a bunch of writers and matchmakers. He ran away with the title of the middleweight champion, and what we're going to announce him as the ring on Saturday night as is the middleweight champion of the world. El Gran Campeón del Mundo, both inside and outside of the ring. A great human being, a great athlete, and someone that I am so proud to promote, Sergio Martinez.
Hi, Bobby. Hello, everyone. I want to thank to everything for coming here. And first, one more time, I want to thank to HBO and my matchmaker, Sam Solego, the best, and my promoter. All my team, yes, I want to thank all my team. I got it a great team, and especially to the best trainer of the world, Pablo Daniel Sarmiento. Voy a hablar en español un poquitito, voy a traducir lo que dije antes. Bueno, quiero dar las gracias a HBO primero, quiero dar las gracias a Sancho Leukovic, a Ludivela, a todo mi equipo, que tengo un grandísimo equipo, uno de los más hermosos del mundo y de las mejores cosas de mi vida. Y en especial quiero agradecer al mejor entrenador del mundo, a Pablo Daniel Sarmiento. Okay? I want to dedicate this fight to Martinez-Macklin and family. Okay? And I want to dedicate to all my family, my mom, my father, and my brothers, and all the people of my country, all the people Latin, and all the women with problems in the violence domestic. Quiero dedicar especialmente también esto a mi familia, a mi madre, mi padre, mis hermanos, a toda la gente de mi país, a toda la gente del mundo, los latinos, principalmente por supuesto los latinos, y a todas las mujeres que tienen problemas de violencia doméstica, a todos desde mi corazón, desearles lo mejor y que se puedan arreglar todos los problemas, que busquen ayuda en nosotros, que lo vamos a estar ayudando.
Well, we want to be sure that all women that is abuse in worldwide with the domestic violence, he will try to get help, and he's here to help whatever he can.
I want to thank to Martinez-Macklin and all the team. It's possible this fight for your election, and it's a great honor fight in the Madison Square Garden. It's the dream of my life. Quiero dar las gracias al equipo de Martinez-Macklin por haber aceptado esta pelea. Sin ellos no hubiera sido posible, y quiero decirles que es un gran honor para mí estar en el Madison Square Garden. Estoy muy emocionado. Excuse me, I'm very emotional. Excuse me. Excuse me for my bad English. I love you. Thank you.
This is going to be a great show Saturday night, St. Patrick's Day night, March 17th, theater at Madison Square Garden. There's still some tickets available, Ticketmaster locations, Madison Square Garden box office. I hope to see you all there. If it sells out or you can't be there, watch it on HBO 10 p.m. Thank you all for coming.